Welcome to Tech Talk. My name is Mpumi Mpama, and today we will be talking about BI and data analytics. While both BI and data analytics involve using data to discover insights that will benefit the organization, there is one major difference to touch on. Put in simple terms, business intelligence deals with the present, while data analytics is more focused on the future. Data-driven organizations often use the term business intelligence, which is BI, and data analytics interchangeably. They're not the same thing, but if someone asked you to explain the difference, what would you say? Some people distinguish between the two by saying that business intelligence looks backward into historical data to describe things that have already happened, while data analytics uses data science techniques to predict what will or should happen in the future. We think that's close, but there's more to it. Today, my guest is Mr. Lesedi Lebogo, CEO of Techroid Solutions, to tell us a bit more on this topic. While later on, we continue with last week's episode's topic, which is gender-based violence, as he will tell us more on what his company is doing about this, both through technology and as individuals. Last week, his colleague, Mr. Tsepiso Matapuma, told a bit about gender-based violence through the app they put together. But today, Mr. Lesedi will give us more insight into it. Now, before the break, we touched on BI and data analytics. While Mr. Lebogo is here to tell us more about it, you're welcome, sir.
Thank you very much for having me, guys.
Yeah. Well, let's go to the first questions. Now, we could say to draw the line between business intelligence and data analytics. We think it's more useful to talk about what we want to accomplish when we use the two. Is this correct?
Yes.
Okay. Can you tell us more then?
Yes. So in terms of the BI, I think the better strategy to use BI is to take data that is complicated and put it in a more simpler way.
I see.
Through visuals, through graphs, through charts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So now this is data that has already been used by a company, for example, and you put it together, and in putting it together, you take it and you use it so that the company can see where it had faulted, where it has not done right, where it has missed something, and then in putting it together, that's where you get the solution. Am I correct?
Yes. You put in a graph where business managers can be able to present it in an easier way, where people can understand how far are they with the operations, what's they left behind, what are their problems so far.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does every business need this?
Yes, every business needs this.
Yeah.
Yes.
So if, say, for example, there's a company that has been doing well, for example, these are the times of COVID-19, right? And a lot of companies have received a very big knock. Some of them are closing. Some of them are trying to strategize now into trying to get back on their feet. How would business intelligence help in this matter? Would you take it back maybe a few years back or a few months back to see how they were doing and what their mishaps have been and how after COVID they can recover? Could business intelligence help in this matter?
Yes, so in terms of that, what will happen is that we're going to check as to before COVID, where they're standing, and then take the data, try to transform it to the way where it can be simpler so that you can suggest other tools or solutions with regards to digital transformation where they can use and try to re-strategize and come back to the market.
Yeah. So it's a way of putting them back into the market.
Yes.
Is this just small businesses or it can be big corporates as well?
For me, I think because corporate are already using the system, we can target small businesses, small, medium businesses to use the tools. I think it can also assist them to run their business efficiently. Yeah.
So it's not, it can be any business, right?
Any business,
it doesn't matter what they deal with. As long as there's some data that can be recovered and just checked and worked on to make things better. Wow, that's interesting. Business intelligence involves the use of data to help make business decisions, right? If we go deeper into that, what would that mean? If now they were to make business decisions based on business intelligence?
So in that sense, we're going to look into the history of the business and come with suggestions, which in that suggestions we're going to put information using graphs so that we can measure the present and the future.
Okay.
And once we got the present and the future, we're going to make business decisions based on that.
Oh, I see. Okay. So you're taking the past and then the future and then put them together to get the certain results.
Yes.
Okay. Has this system worked before? Has it been around before? Or is it something new? Or is it something that has been used by corporates now, has been big corporates now, has been made visible to the other companies? Or is this something new?
For me, it's been there for a while.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so most of the companies that uses BI are insurance companies, banks,
Okay.
the corporate world.
Yes.
But now I think it's better for small companies to use BI as well,
Yeah.
so that they can transform to the next level.
Would you say this has been their secret for success?
Yes. For me, it's the secret for success.
Yeah.
If they can use BI, they can get somewhere
Yeah.
from where they stand now.
Okay. Wow. So, Mr. Leboho, I know we can divide analytics into three categories, right? In a nutshell, we have descriptive. Now, this one takes data and turns it into something business managers can visualize, right? And understand and interpret. And then we also have predictive. Now, predictive provides insights about likely future outcomes. And then also we have prescriptive, right? Now, this offers advice about what actions to take. Can you tell us more about these three?
Okay. So, in summary, what I can say is that descriptive is more into BI, where you look into historical data and put it in a meaningful way.
Yes.
And then prescriptive, we are looking into predictive rather.
Yes,
we are
yes.
looking into data analytics, where we predict the future. Let's say, for instance, we can predict that maybe in 2030, we will have maybe beautiful parks or intelligent parks or something like that.
Yes,
or
yes.
maybe, like for now, if you can check cars, we used to have cars that you pour petrol.
Yes.
And now we have electrical cars.
Okay.
So they predicted before that in the future
okay.
we're gonna have electrical cars just to lower the emission and to make sure that technology is taking us
Yes.
somewhere for convenience. Like for instance, electrical cars you can't get accident because it drives itself. But then with the normal ones you can
Yes.
get accidents anyway.
Yeah.
So I think prediction, it assists to have prototype prior to the future.
Yeah. So would we be correct then in saying that this also would help to prevent future mistakes and future hiccups and future occurrences where there's a common problem that goes on in businesses, but because now you're using these tools, you can prevent such things,
Yes.
for example.
Yes.
Okay. Wow. These are very interesting because in talking about BI, we can simply say that it's a tool that businesses can take, especially after recovering from COVID-19. They can take this tool and use data analytics as well to catapult themselves to another level.
Yes.
Would this be correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay. So how would they do that though? Like, do they need to employ an outside company like yourself, for example, or can they buy an app that they can install in their own systems and then use it? Is that easy to use? They just download and use, or they need to outsource that service?
Okay. So I'm going to take you through what they normally used before. So most of the companies used to have Excel as their BI.
Yes.
So now we have tools like Microsoft Power BI,
Okay.
Tableau, where you can use them to transform data into meaningful manner. So I think what I can suggest is companies, like Microsoft Power BI, they come to us as service provider and say, this is the company. You can offer the service, train them, install the system, assist them with the system.
Yeah.
So I think in that manner they can come to us and you can assist them to implement the system in their organizations.
Oh, okay. So now would that be correct though if I say that descriptive and predictive falls under business intelligence after all?
Yes.
Okay. When we look at analytics, if if you don't intend to use them to take action and to enhance the future outcomes, you wouldn't really use them. But if your intention is that, then you will definitely use them.
Yes.
And then also prescriptive, is more on the data analytics.
Yes.
Because it looks at solving the problem.
Yeah, it looks into the forecast to predict that this can happen in the future.
Yeah. Okay. There are visualization tools that can be used by business managers, such as Tableau, Microsoft Power BI, and Looker, to mention but a few. Why are these tools there, and what's the purpose of having them as a company?
Okay, for me, I think the purpose of those tools is to assist companies to use them because they're easy to use.
Okay.
You can save data on the cloud, which is different from your Excel. Excel, if for instance your computer crash, you will have a problem. But then with Microsoft Power BI, when your data is stored on the cloud, it's safe.
It doesn't matter what happens to your computer, the information is still there. Okay. How easy is it to use those tools?
So it's easy to use the tool. Most of the time when they give us access to the tool, they give us a short video to show where to add information, where to press. If you want chats, where to get chats. So it's easy to use. It's user friendly. Everyone can use it.
I see. So is it now business managers that specifically deal with these tools, or do we need someone that can be outsourced to come and manage those things in your business?
For me, I think it's better if you outsource the company that understand how tools works. But then most of the companies like banks, they hire internal BAs who assist them with this data or confidential information. Because you know some companies prefer to hire someone internally than preferring me as service provider for information confidentiality.
In terms of security though, how safe is it to use these tools?
They are safe because obviously when you get to the tool, you need to log in using your credentials. And you need to make sure that the security framework that companies are using are also there as well. And then I heard that data analytics requires a higher level of mathematical experience as opposed to BI. Why is this? Because to predict, you need to have an algorithm where it works with mathematics. Like for instance, if you want to predict something in the future, there's an algorithm. Like when you do your AI, your machine learning, there's an algorithm that you need to write, which includes ones and zeros, which is the mathematical part where it includes that.
So if you're not well versed in mathematics, you're going to have a problem.
So most of the guys who usually do that are data scientists. Because they learn data science at school, where they understand the deep mathematicals, and as well as programming, where you do the algorithm. So for someone, say for example, for someone who is interested in dealing with BI and data analytics, is there a certain institution that they go to learn these things, or is it something that they can just download on the internet and get used to it and use it? For me, there are online courses that people can check on Google that offers short courses for data science, as well as the universities like TUT, VETS, they also have that in their curriculum. As well as your Microsoft, there's a training academy where you need to write exams regarding data science, and then once you have the certificate, you will be able to work on that tool, assist clients using the tools. Is that something that someone can do as a career to deal only in BI and data analytics? Yes. If maybe, for instance, you want to deal with analytics, you can go for data analytics course. If you want to do BI, you can go for business intelligence course. Is there a big market for this? There's big market. Because if you can check, most of the companies, they're having tons of data and they don't know how to put it in a better way. So I think using BI tools, it will assist them to even know maybe for HR data, this is where it is. For finance data, this is where it is. So it will put them in categories.
Yes, yes. And that would help for easy administration as well.
Yeah, easy administration as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
In terms of, because later on we're going to speak about gender-based violence, right?
Yes.
In terms of the police services, hospitals, and the traffic officers and stuff like that, would BI be a useful tool in those institutions?
Yes, for me, it will assist them to also track, for instance, police, let's say police, they will be able to track the cases or how many people they arrested, as well as, for instance, if there was an incident, they can be able to also track that incident using the BI tool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Now that brings me to the security services as well.
Yes.
They also can use this kind of thing to upgrade their security, to upgrade their performances, and to upgrade the nature of their business as well.
Yes.
Because I'm sure the police services and the health departments, they have that in place.
Yes.
But now when it comes to smaller scales, like your security companies and all of that, this kind of thing would actually help them.
Yes. Even in terms of the hospitals, because if you can go to public hospitals,
yes,
it's difficult to also get your file.
Oh.
So, for instance, if you have
Yes.
BI business intelligence, it will be easier for the hospital to know where the files are stored online,
yes,
where the, for instance, finance documents are stored,
yeah,
and. So I think it will also assist them in taking their patient as to, for instance, if we have patients who have diabetic, they will be able to see in a chart to see that, okay, this is, for instance, looking into the gender. You might say this is 50% males who have diabetic, maybe 40% women who have diabetic. Yeah.
And it helps also to track easily the progress of the patient as well, because you just go into it and it gives you the data and you know now what next to do.
Yes.
So there's situations where clinics have been burnt down and schools have been, especially clinics, been burnt down, and you find that there's those files that are handwritten and all of that. And once the clinic is burnt down, information is gone.
It's gone, yes.
But with BI and data analytics, that information will be stored on the cloud.
Yes, it will be stored on the cloud, and if you want it, you can access it everywhere, be it using your phone, be it using your laptop, be it using your tablet.
Wow.
So I think that's the great thing. Even if you're not in the same country, you are maybe in UK, you can be able to access the data because it's on the cloud.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting. Now, data analytics focuses on something that has happened already, rather than dwelling on what happened only. Is this true?
Yes.
Okay. Tell us more.
Okay. So in this sense, it talks more about the data that already exists. But you take the data, you put it in a way where people will understand. So that's the concept around BI.
So it deals on why?
Yes, on why.
Not necessarily on what?
Yes, because you already have data, you just take it, put it safely in a way that people can understand. For instance, if you want to read, you can't go file by file.
Yes.
You rather have something, let's say a chart, to show that, okay, for instance, let's talk in a case of gender-based violence. You can see, okay, we have 20% rate of people who got raped, 30% who get assaulted, maybe for emotional abuse or financial abuse, 10% or 10% for that other one. Yeah.
I'm interested still on this on this analogy that we've just spoken about, that it's based on why.
Yes.
Not necessarily on what. Because what can simply tell us that this is what happened, but why will now help you to discover what the solution is for the future.
Yes.
Wow. Now, if companies that want to transform the way they've been making business, should they look into BI and data analytics?
Yes, for me, I think they need to look into BI to start with the data that they have. And once they want to transform, they can use data analytics, where they can predict as to what can be done in the future, so that they can prepare for that as well.
Yeah. Okay, but I'm having now a question here that is a viewer is asking that how expensive is it to use BI and data analytics. How expensive is it? Is it something that any company can afford?
Yes, it's affordable to use tools like your Power BI.
Yeah.
But then the most expensive part is the training part, because you can imagine we have to take companies through courses to understand how BI works.
Yes.
And then once we are done with that stage,
yes,
using the tool, it will be easier.
Yes.
And then in this case, for Microsoft's sake, you pay per subscription base. Let's say they can say it's 200 per month to use the tool for 12 months, just like your Office 365.
Yes.
And yeah.
Okay. I'm just going to be picking up questions here from our social media for people that are asking here. Another viewer here says, what are your contact details so that we can communicate with you? They'll have to research that for themselves. But now, in terms of, here's another viewer. Now, this one is asking, are you also branching into the whole of Africa, or are you based in South Africa only?
Okay, for me, what I can say is that I can work anywhere in the world.
Okay.
It's IT. If someone needs an app in India, I can be able to assist as well.
Yeah.
So in terms of branching, we work everywhere.
You work everywhere?
Yeah.
So Cameroon can access you?
Yes.
Angola can access you? Yes. Nigeria? Any country can access you?
Yes.
Oh, that's my brother, thank you very much for coming through to the show, and would like to also thank our viewers at home joining us for this exciting episode of Tech Talk on Galaxy with myself, Mpumi Mbama, and our wonderful guest here, Mr. Leboho. We would like to say thank you very much for taking the initiative of taking a stand against gender-based violence. That's remarkable coming from a man. And until next time, to South Africa, Nigeria, Cameroon, Mozambique, Kenya, Ghana, Ethiopia, and other wonderful countries, keep sending your questions and your messages via Facebook and other media platforms. From us at Tech Talk on Galaxy and my wonderful guest here, we would like to say thank you very much for joining us. And until the next episode, stay safe.